safety message. Hey guys, if you plan on taking pictures of these animals, please have those cameras out and ready. That's going to help get you the best picture possible because we're not going to be able to stop for these animals for too long today. Wondering what we're looking for? Look above your head. Animal spotting guide. Heading into the little Aturi forest where animals use camouflage. Like on the right side, you might see that neck sticking out. That's an okapi. You can kind of see their tongue sticking out. What's really cool is that they can actually lick their eyes and ears with their tongue. And you're going to see it looks like they got some zebra pants on, but this is the only cousin of a giraffe. Left side too, those are greater kudus laying down. They look like white-tailed deer. And these are girls. That's why they don't have any horns. Only boys do. But when it comes to this animal with the horns, both male and female do have them. That's a bongo. The bongo, that's going to be Africa's largest forest antelopes. When they're fully grown, males can weigh almost 900 pounds. Keep on going. Looks like a lot of those animals that do live here in the rainforest were kind of hanging out over here. So I don't know if we'll get to see anymore, but we'll keep a sharp eye out just in case. And feel free to, guys, if you see something before I see it, just say, hey, Big Mac, what's that? And we'll talk about it as a whole truck. But just know we're only going to talk about it if they're native to Africa. If they're not, we're going to close our eyes, pretend we didn't see it. All right, looks like it's pretty quiet on this side of the reserve. Saw lots of those animals hiding. But we're going to get on out of here heading into the Safi River. Now, the Safi River is very clean, very pure water source. And this is a great opportunity to see hippos and crocodiles. Looks like we are going to get to see a pretty good group of animals too. Pretty big group of animals, excuse me. On the right side, that's a pod of pink-backed pelicans. They get that name because guess what? They have pink feathers on their back. Crazy, huh? There's that log sticking out of the water. We're going to try to follow it. I want you to see there's some ripples in the water. There was a hippo swimming by here not too long ago. Let me see if we can find it maybe. Oh, that was a hippo screaming if you heard that noise. All right, I don't see the hippo right now. Let's keep on going because there should be some. Oh, on your left side. How about that? A group of hippo called a boat. Now I'm going to show you why they get the name hippopotamus, all right? Watch this one coming around the front of the island. You're going to see that they don't swim and they don't float. How they get around is they sink down to the bottom of the water and trot along. So guess what hippopotamus means? It means river horse. Those are black vultures too, guys. They're native to North America, so I don't know what they're doing in Africa, but whatever. Let's go to the back side of the waterfall, see if we can find some reptiles back here. Oh, found them. Nile crocodiles. These guys are going to get to around 16 feet long and can weigh up to 500 pounds. Like your driver. We're not picky eaters. They're going to eat whatever they can. That's why they're called opportunistic hunters. Alrighty guys, let's get out of here. You're going to see we're still in dense vegetation. That's going to change. We're heading to the wide open fields known as the Serengeti grasslands, home to animals like giraffes and zebras and elephants. And you'll see the grasslands on the left. Oh, I see some zebras. On the right side too, you're going to see a baobab. That tree's important right there because it's a water source for the animals. Because there's not a lot of water here, and that tree can absorb thousands of gallons of water in its bark. And animals know that, so they'll rip off the bark and drink from it. It saves their lives, so guess what we're going to call it? Tree of Life. Alrighty guys, let's go meet that group of zebras. A group of them. Anybody know what you call them? It's a dazzle. But I do want you to notice on your animal spotting guide, that zebra has stripes all the way under its belly. Look at these zebras. They don't. It's a different species. So that's going to be the plain zebras. This is going to be a mountain zebra right here. You see within each different species of zebras, their stripes differ. So mountain zebras have the white underbelly and their stripes are thicker towards their rear end. And those stripes are unique to them like the human fingerprint. So that's how a baby knows who mama is. They'll just memorize their mama's stripe pattern. Those are wildebeest laying down back there on the far right side too. You see them? Right where that fallen tree is. They're facing different directions. In case a predator comes, at least one of them's going to see it and they can get up and run away. Anybody know what wildebeest sound like? Like a cow. Cows go moo moo, wildebeest go noo noo. So they call them noos. Right here where that big beautiful tree is, look on the ground to the right. Black, white, tan spots. African painted dogs. These are Africa's most successful hunter, laying down just under the tree to the right. They're pack hunters, so every single one of them actually hunt together in the group. And they're so good at communicating, that's what makes them successful. Alright, if you look behind the bushes back there on your left, you'll see some horns. That's called the sable antelope. Fight or flight, they choose to fight. And then right here, tiny little guys, two on your left, called springboks. A lot of people think they can beat the springbok in a race. That's crazy talk. You need to run around 56 miles an hour to beat that animal. That's how fast they are. Now, as we're continuing on our journey to go see some more animals, we'll pass some of these termite mounds too. There's the big one on the left side. Now, termite mounds are only going to be made up of three things and three things only. Number one, these things are made up of dirt. Number two, and then number three, saliva. Now, if you're wondering where the termites are, number one, they're pretty tiny. You're not going to see them in the big truck, but termites also lack pigment that protects them from the sun, so they're sleeping away in those little towers right now. Let's get a good view of these mountain harpy zebras, and then we'll get on out of here. We should see some elephants up ahead here pretty soon, but it looks like we're actually going to see a giraffe. That's a Maasai giraffe. That means they're the tallest giraffe out there. Fully grown, they're about 16, 20 feet. I want you to know how much they weigh. 2,000 pounds. That's going to come into play here in a second, okay? 2,000 pounds. On your left side, there's an animal laying down right there in the shade. You see him back there? He weighs 2,000 pounds. He's the same as a giraffe. He is 6 foot tall, can jump 8 feet off the ground if he wanted to. Well, you got to remember, you're about 9 feet off the ground. The canopy that's above your head right now, you see that metal part? That metal part's 19 feet off the ground. We're going to see a couple more giraffes here and there. A group of giraffes, guys, you call that a tower. I'm trying to find one giraffe in particular for my friend. There he is. You're probably going to say, Mac, that's a small giraffe to the left of the bushes. That's an 8-month-old. He's 10 feet tall right now. And guys, you got to remember, giraffes have a hard lesson their first day of life. They get to find out what gravity is from a 6-foot drop from mama. We'll get a little bit better view of them. There's a road coming up right here that's going to give us that great opportunity. And he's just a little old guy. You're going to notice all the giraffes are eating too, right? That's how they get their energy. They're going to spend roughly 20 hours a day munching away at vegetation. They don't sleep that long like us. They only need 30 minutes and they're okay. All right, my little friend behind me has asked where the elephants are. This is where we start to see elephants up ahead, and I think I might see some ears flapping back and forth coming up past this tree on the right. These are females. You can tell because they're smaller and they're social, as males tend to be by themselves. And that air motion you're seeing is how they cool themselves off. They don't sweat like us. They don't have any sweat glands. That'll cool them off around 15 degrees. We should see some more girlies up ahead too, so let's keep on moving. All right, let's keep on going, guys. Hopefully we find some more of those animal friends back here. But that's a great time to start talking about conservation, something very, very dear to my heart. Animals like the African elephants are becoming kind of a rare sight to see nowadays, thanks to habitat loss and poaching for their ivory. It's predicted in just 15 years that they'll be extinct. Now, what can we do to make sure we can help animals like they do not go extinct, like elephants do not go extinct, excuse me? Well, we just got to start talking about them, staying educated and teaching people what you learned today. A guy named Baba summed up conservation. He said, in the end, you're only going to conserve what you love. You're only going to love what you understand. And then you only understand what you're taught. So that's it, guys. Teaching people about animals, make sure they don't go extinct. It's that easy. Now, there's a lot that you can teach about animals like elephants. They eat about 300 pounds of vegetation every single day. But vegetation doesn't have certain minerals and vitamins that they need. So red clay pits, like the ones we're coming across, you might see some tusk marks, like the ones on the right side. Elephants come over here and just eat it to make up for that lack of minerals. My friends are going pretty slow over here. I probably know why. Saw a baby giraffe. What about a baby elephant? She's about to turn 2. Yeah, she comes out weighing around 200 pounds after a 22-month pregnancy. Yeah, she's about 5 feet tall right now. If you were to, not 5 feet tall, that's crazy, 4 feet tall if you were to go stand beside her. You got Mama right here, and then you have some of her aunts. And then the one in the back, I'm going to show you in a second, has big, beautiful, even tusk. She's the baby's grandma. So she's the matriarch, so she's the oldest, wisest one, and she's responsible for the tough decisions that they'll have to face. So that's Grandma on the far right side, hanging out with her middle daughter, using that trunk right there that has more muscles in it than your entire body. Grandma's on the right, her her middle daughter's on the left. She's about a 14-year-old elephant compared to a 46-year-old elephant. So a lot of people ask how long they live. Captivity, 50 to 60 years. Elephant's one of the few animals that live longer in the wild. Alright guys, coming around the watering hole, we're going to get to see another really cool animal. Greater flamingos. Greater flamingos aren't going to be the largest flamingo. They stand about 5 feet tall. We'll call them a flamboyance. Flamingos get their pink color thanks to beta-carotene found in shrimp, and beta-carotene is found in carrots. So, in theory, if you eat a bunch of carrots, you could possibly turn green. Green, that'd be crazy. Orange, oh my goodness, I know my colors, I promise. My goodness, it's a long day. It's time to go home in a little bit. That's crazy. Hey, on your left side, something crazier. These are white rhinos. All right, these are the biggest rhinos. If they go get on a scale right now, that scale is going to read about 6,000 pounds. But these are the only social species. That is why they're in a group setting. They're called a crash. A lot of people ask where they get the name white rhino from, because they're not white. They're actually gray. They have that wide square mouth. That's where it comes from. Afrikaans, there's a word vite. Uh-oh, Mama didn't like that. Vite means wide, so they originally called the wide-mouthed rhino or Vite rhino. Someone heard white, somehow it stuck, so renamed the white rhino. Yeah, the one that's not Sharon right there, that's Grandma, the oldest one on the reserve. She was born in '99. She's pretty cool, but she don't like Sharon, just like me. Nah. But they're very gentle animals. They're not aggressive. On the left side, those are going to be cheetahs laying down at the base of the trees. Called a coalition when you see them hanging out with each other. Now they're going to run around 60 miles an hour in a whopping 3 seconds, and they're fast because their claws are always out. They cannot retract them. So it's like you putting on a pair of cleats and going for a run. There's 2 more cheetahs back there on the left. Well, we're heading to a large rock formation up ahead, and when you see a bunch of rocks together, it's called Kopi Rock. And we call this one Pride Rock because we usually find lions out here. Now here's the problem with lions, right? 1994 movie The Lion King painted pictures of lions being very active creatures. They're not. They sleep 20 hours every single day. So we'll see if we can find them sleeping. I'm going to check a couple different areas that they like to hang out, all right? I'm not seeing any in the rocks. Let me go around the rocks. There are a couple different animal friends too hanging out back here that we can probably get a little bit better view of, because under the trees back on the far right you'll see her. That's an ostrich. That's a girl too, you can tell because of the gray feathers. Males actually have black feathers. Alright, I'm checking all those different areas, guys, for lions. Don't you worry. Ah, there we go. Backside of a male right there.
Oh, yeah.
And because they sleep about 20 hours every single day, it means they really only have their eyes open about 3 years of their life.
Allá un león durmiendo.
Así, acostado, que parece un trozo roto, me parece. ¿Y por qué no?
We're going to get one last view of those ostriches right there. And I'll show you something else that's really cool. They're not from the ostriches, though. They're actually from white rhinos. So if you look kind of where the ostriches are hanging out, there's a stump, and to the left of the stump on the ground is a big old pile of number 2. So rhinos, they do this thing that we call mitten, and it means that they're going to use the bathroom in the same spot. And if they get curious, they can go over there, smell it, and they can tell by smelling number 2 if it was a boy or a girl and about how old they are. Essentially, that is Facebook for rhinos. On the right side too, guys, you'll see some ostrich eggs on the ground. Now, they are not fertilized, okay? There's an easy way to tell. Ostrich eggs need around 40 days to hatch, and we're way past 40 days. But still, if you go pick up that egg, it's about 3 pounds, and it can equal 24 of your chicken eggs at home. All right, we are heading to our last stop today, guys. We're headed to Magadi Glen. This is home to the Warden's Post, so we'll see what they're up to. Now, I'm not seeing the warden, but I am seeing some 4-legged fuzzballs up ahead. These are Nigerian dwarf goats. They're gonna eat the grass, keep it nice, short, and clean, so no more yard work. And then we built that fence to keep them safe. So that's gonna be a symbiotic relationship, showing how humans and animals, if we do really try, can live co-peacefully. Alrighty, guys, that's the end of our journey. We had so much fun that 2 weeks felt like 20 minutes. Crazy, huh? I'm going to get you back to Animal Kingdom so you can ride some more rides, see some more animals. feel free to ride the safari ride as many times as you can today. I know there's a couple animals we didn't get to meet today, like the Watusi cattle. So come back, see them. We actually have 3 new girls out here on the reserve that you can meet. If you want to meet another animal too, guys, brand new, it's only like their 2nd day out here. If you head over to Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail, you're going to find gorillas, zebras, naked mole rats, and meerkats. And we usually have hippos, but the hippos are taking a spa day today. They're inside. They're not coming out over there because we introduced a Nile soft-shell turtle. They get to be about 3 feet long. They're super duper cool. So go check them out if you haven't already, guys. I haven't got to see them yet, and I really want to. A lot of people ask me too, Mac, we saw cheetahs and lions, but I didn't get to see a tiger. Well, tigers live in Asia. They don't live in Africa. So if you head over to Asia, look for the Maharaja Jungle Track, and you'll find our Sumatra tigers, Komodo dragons, and water buffaloes living there. We have roughly 3,000 animals that live here year-round, guys, okay? So you're never going to pass something and not see it. Wilderness Explorers, I got the name of the truck, Simba 1. Don't forget that, SIMBA 1. And we don't like to say goodbye, far too sad, far too final. So your last Swahili word of the day is going to be Kwaherini. Kwaherini translates to go well. So Kwaherini, my friends, go well, go wild, and enjoy the rest of your day with us here at the beautiful Disney's Animal Kingdom. Alrighty, guys, right side, watch your hands, arms, feet, legs, doors are opening, and watch your step down. See you.